everyone, and welcome to this issue of Dory Talks. Obviously, I'm Dory Sukup, and I'm here today to share with you how to choose a career as an injector in a medical spa. I'm very excited about this topic because we're getting questions about it all the time to help you navigate through that entire process. So in this Dory Talks, I'm going to go over step by step on how to go about choosing that great career so you can be happy, generate revenue for you and your family, and do right by your clients. Does that sound good? Yes. All right. So while you're here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave us some comments below, like this video, and be part of our community because we love what we do, and that is to help you become more successful. So what is going on in the medical industry right now? We are noticing a big migration of nurse practitioners, PAs, nurses who are seeking a way to leave their medical careers and go into medical aesthetics instead. And that's creating some unknown area for you, unknown career path. Like you don't know where to get started, what to do, who should you go to, and where do you even get started, right? So you have right now opportunities in the medical industry. You could be working in a hospital, in a medical practice. You could be working in an urgent care center or emergency care center, all kinds of things. And what do you want to do? What kind of place can you find to go and actually start your medical aesthetic career? And why should you do that? What we're hearing from different people is that the reason they want to choose a career in medical aesthetics is because they want to be around happier people, not necessarily ill people. They want to be able to generate more revenue for them and their family, have more freedom, not necessarily work the hours that you guys sometimes have to work in the medical industry. So let's face it, it's a better, easier lifestyle for you. Now, of course, we still need nurses and PAs to work in hospitals because we would be in deep you know what if we don't. So it's very important to have both. But there are some people that are choosing medical aesthetics instead. So what do you need to do to get started? Well, the first thing you really need to do if you want a career in a medical spa is you do have to be a medical professional, obviously. So either, again, a nurse practitioner, a PA, an RN. Then you need to go and start your actual licensing or certification with medical aesthetics. So there are many clinical companies currently that offer students like yourself ways to go and learn how to do Botox, how to do fillers, how to do weight loss, how to do PRP, microneedling, how to use a laser. There are a ton of schools right now that you can actually go sign up with to get your certification. So it's very important to gain that knowledge so you can sign up for that private training or training in a clinical school. And then if you want advanced training, we are so blessed to be working with so many clients that actually do one-on-one clients. We have clients like Shelby Miller, Dr. Lisa Vuich. You have companies like Empire and other clinical training companies that can actually help you with this new process or new career that you want to embark on. So what do you need to do? Once you get your certification, what do you need to do to get a position actually in a medical spa? Well, the first thing you should do is get your resume ready. You need to get your positioning going. You need to look a different way. Now, working in a medical spa requires a totally different image than working in a hospital or an urgent care. You have to remember that medical aesthetics, we are in the beauty business. So you definitely have to look the part. So you can't just show up in scrubs and ponytail. You have to look at your image, modify it maybe a little bit, polish it up some so you are ready for the medical aesthetic world. So resume, your actual positioning, your image, all those things are things that definitely you need to take into consideration. Then the other thing we get often is, where should I go and get a position? Now, a lot of people tell me, but I don't have experience. How are they going to hire me? Well, you should have some experience because you have friends, you have family, you have relatives. You need to practice. You need to practice as much as possible. It's not rocket science, but you do have to be an artist. You have to really invest time in honing in on your skills. But not only skills clinically, you also need to learn what it would take to bring in value to the business. So, why should someone hire you? So, we're not looking just for a job, we're looking for a career. We're looking for an opportunity to stay in a location for a long time and truly advance your career. So, how do you do that? Well, you do that by education again. So, the more you practice, the more you have knowledge, the more you understand the business part of the actual med spa business, the more you know how to generate revenue for the business, the more value you're going to bring in. So, those are very, very important things for you to truly know what you need to do. Now, a lot of people also ask me, well, Dori, where should I work? If I were you, I would pick, it's not like when you go for an interview, it's not just them interviewing you. You should really select where you want to work first, and then you go after it. So it's not just them interviewing you, it's also you interviewing them. So I would want you to establish a career in some place that has a great reputation, that offers not only clinical education for you, but also business. Like we have so many members that invest in Inspiration Management and MD Business Advisors, where they give their team access to Med Spa Biz University so you can learn. Those are the kind of places you should go and work with. People that value their employees and want to invest in their education, because the more knowledgeable you are, the better off you're going to be in the long term. So I always talk about value contribution. So the more valuable you make yourself, the more attractive you're going to be for someone to want to hire you. So see, it's not just about experience, it's about character. It's about drive, it's about motivation, it's about professionalism, it's about work ethic, so many other things. You could have a great injector, but if they don't have the great skills at injecting, but if they don't have all these other characteristics, they're not a team player, then it's not going to be a good fit. So there's so much more that you can bring to the business with you than just the one skill. So it's a bunch of different things. So you want to sit down and do an entire exercise on the value that you can contribute to the business. And when somebody's interviewing you and they're realizing how you are or what contribution you can make to the business, you have just positioned yourself as a high commodity and anybody would want to hire you. So it's not just about just finding a job, it's about finding a career. So keep that in mind. The other attribute that's very important to me is that you need to be coachable. You need to be open to suggestions and be more of a team player and be open to education and all these great things that you need to do. The other part that plays a key role is marketing. How are you going to market yourself? And that's what people want. That's what owners of medical spas are looking for. The last thing they want is somebody to just show up to work. What do I have today? Oh, my first appointment is not till 10. I'm going to go to Starbucks. I'll be back about 5 minutes to 10. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody who's going to invest in themselves and be able to actually do their self-marketing, so they are gaining self-generated clients, they're asking for referrals, they're building their own clientele. Those are the things that you should be open to. So marketing yourself and your ability and improving your positioning as a professional all contributes to whether you're going to get a great position somewhere in a medical aesthetics practice or get the place down the street that nobody wants to work at. So build that commodity, build your value, your contribution, and be clear on it, and you're gonna get your dream position. No one is not gonna want to hire someone like that. They will all be begging you to come and work with them. So the money will come, right? Don't be so much focused going in there and be demanding on how much money you want to make and all this and that. I've always been with this thought process. This is my second career, as many of you know. In my first career, I was in the hospitality industry, and I was climbing that corporate ladder. I started at the age of 19 in a very entry-level position. And as I got that drive inside me to want to do better, I started doing more work than I was asked to do. So I would always do the position, all the work that involved in the next position before I got the title for that position. And this is the same way. If you find a high-end medical aesthetics place that really has their stuff together, they have the clinical education, the business education, they have the clientele, all that stuff. I'm going to go in there with a humble beginning, and I'm going to prove myself, show the value contribution that I can give, especially if you're just starting out, right? And good things will come your way. So that's the mindset that you really should have to make sure that you have a nice career in medical aesthetics. So those are some of the things, and I would encourage you to also go to other videos on our YouTube channel that talks about all the different things that you can learn as a provider or as an injector, or you could be also an esthetician watching this, or a laser tech. It does not really matter. So you really will benefit from learning. The more you learn, the more value contribution you're going to have to the business, the more successful your career is going to be. Now, if you are going out on your own and you want to do like a little studio somewhere instead of finding a position in a medical aesthetics place, you can still do that. But I have to tell you, if you're going to do that, go out on your own, then you better sign up with a company like ours, so you are prepared for the business aspect of that task, that launch, that entrepreneurship, entrepreneurialship inside of you that's ready to kick in. So you would need like an injector manual. You will need the Success with Guest Consultation module. You will need the Don't Sell, Recommend. You will need the budget, financial tools. So it's so essential to set yourself up for success, because it's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as buying a bed, buying a fridge for your Botox, and buying your, what do you call them, all your cleansing stuff, sanitization tools. It's not that simple. That's just setting up. It's how do you get clients in? It's how do you keep the clients? How do you launch a membership program? How do you increase retention? How do you do a consultation? It's all about that. And that's what we teach people, and we help them succeed. And those are some of the things that really you need to pay attention to. So I hope I've whet your appetite a little bit. There is another webinar that I did for also injectors on YouTube. You might want to go watch it, on how to truly become successful as an injector. So go check it out. And I also want to invite you, if you are serious about going and getting a career like this, then tap into our community. You might want to reserve a success planning session with one of my team members so they can help you set up properly and reach success the fastest way possible. So thank you so much for being with me today. Like this episode, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you leave us some comments below. Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any educational programs that we put out. And I wish you a great career as an injector or whatever position you're choosing in a medical spa. And until next time, stay inspired. Bye now.